So what's the rating? 1.7? That's probably the highest one I ever get a review from. Might actually see a proper game then. If Vikings, obviously the scariest thing is the Imperial Age for them. With hand card they get to Imperial Age like 2-3 minutes faster, and with Persians, not having the crossbow or good skirms as a counter, we have to commit with the Castle Age Knights, which also gets +2 attack against archers, so it's not the worst option. But Age of Empires works weird, that knights do not actually counter the crossbow. We got to finish this, not the biggest deal, happens, even to me sometimes.
Hurry.
Like, don't love that you're pushing deers against Vikings. I'll slow down a bit more. Because when you... Vikings got the potential to go Jashev's fast castle. You want to check his map. Vikings and Britons, Mayans, Ethiopians, those archer tiers with a good early economy bonus. Josh fast castle is super scary. You instantly lose against that if they got good map and you don't react properly. So in this matchup, instead of pushing theirs first, check his map. You wanna see what he's doing. If he's going Josh or not. If his gold is safe or not. Like if he's going Josh fast castle with his gold and you scouted that gold, you can punish that with towers. If his gold was super safe, you don't go all in Feudal Age, then you will have a tougher game. But still, you know what to do. Then you know you don't go full Feudal and Suicide. Then you go for the fast castle, a bit slower with some tower or wall, depends on your map. But I would never recommend going skirms here in this matchup. Just feels really, really bad. Feels bad. You need to win the game in Castle Age if you go skirms here. The way I would go skirms in this matchup is if he is going Josh fast castle, his gold is like this. So after adding 3-4 scouts to control the map to build the safe towers, you add skirms and you counter the crossbow, low number of crossbow. He will have the low number because you are annoying his economy with towers. And then skirms will be useful. But as a Castle Age unit, to upgrade into Elite is very expensive and not that cost efficient. Especially not against Vikings, who will get Imperial Age super fast. Okay, you're going Scout, that's standard. He's not doing Josh fast castle. Just going wall many times. Again, a smart move by him because gold is not safe. How it should be done. So he will be trying to buy the time with militia many times as much as possible until he finishes the walls. Now, when he reaches the Feudal Age, when he adds the spearman in this army, it's super annoying for you to deal with that. And this is typical melee move. You don't do this. It's same with reason why you don't mass skirms against the crossbow when your skirms are not scaling very well. Here, his militia are not scaling at all. That army will not... he will not add more. He will not target them. That's it. While your scouts, as long the numbers are getting higher, upgrades are kicking in, getting more and more deadly. This is a good move. And scout, go to his economy. Yeah, this is how you deal with that. And that's for two reasons. First reason is your scouts are better at killing villagers than many times. Second reason is the spearmen we were talking about. If you send those scouts to him, you need to keep spearmen at home to defend. Like this, he can add the spearmen with the army and then you will never clean it efficiently with scouts. Even now you're not cleaning it efficiently. You're wasting a lot of time and he's just using his throwaway army. And like, he's still forcing you idle. It's like instant reaction to deal with the forward attack, but a lot of time is just better to ignore it. And when you hit the critical amount, which you do now, like 5-6 scouts, then you just clean it up without losing anything. So the early game goes to him here by a lot. If you hold up and you send scouts to him, how it said, shoes would be on the other end. He'll be the one with the messy economy. His militia can run into TC because they have a low line of sight, they are slow, they're quite bad at killing wheels. But your scouts can dance around, avoid spearmen. He needs to invest a lot more into the spearmen. Like if you were looking at the last game, my opponent had only one scout and he managed to kill 5 villagers. And I had to invest into a lot of spearmen. It's so much more annoying to kill that scout than it is for you to clean them many times at your home. Not to mention that scouts are more expensive in early game. Now obviously the problem will be the APM wise. Falling at home, not receiving damage from the many times while raiding him and not losing scouts is not the easy task, but that's something you need to work to improve. That's the correct way of playing. Now when you clean all that up and send scouts to him, look, here's already fully walled. If you did that right away, this would be open and you would kill some villagers. You would force some idle economy like he did to you. So now you're stuck with useless scouts basically, not being able to enter. You had to overproduce them, which will slow down your castle each time, so the problems are keep piling up. You're going for the transition museum, which is standard, but like I said, I don't love it absolutely. It's not the worst thing ever, don't get me wrong, it's a counter unit. It's just that I don't like making unit that doesn't scale too good. Like how I would play this game would send those scouts to him, make 5-6 scouts, be annoying to him, go back, clean everything up, have much better state of economy, and have full map control. Like having scouts in front of him so he cannot move out. And the reason why that is powerful is like, look at his point of view. He will have no vision. He will have 10 archers. He doesn't know if he will lose everything or not. He is moving blindly. He can ever do that and it's a bad move. Now it's a good move because he saw your scouts, he killed them, he killed most of them. He knows you will not have enough to stop this army. But if you didn't lose a single scout and keep moving out with 8 archers when you can have 8 scouts and 5 skirms to clean all that up, he cannot do that. He will not move out. So it's like chain reaction from the first mistake. Again, you are showing him your tools right away and giving him time to retreat. Again, a bad move. Like, you're protecting the middle, you don't want him to get closer to you, you're being a bit scared, I understand that. But like this, he got 3 skirms, I can push in. Or, you get 10 skirms. Okay, he got 10 skirms, let's go back home. You accomplish nothing with your counter unit. You want him overcommit, you want him trapped, you want him dead. You don't want him to see your army and let him decide if he will commit or not. Because if he sees your army and he knows he can commit, he will commit and destroy you. It's always better to keep your things hidden, and then his point of view, he sees nothing. Archers is slow, not mobile unit. If he's going in, either he wins or lose. This time he will most likely win because you have not enough units, but if you didn't waste all those scouts, it's a really big trouble for him to make the decision to go in. And even if he makes the damage and go in, it's a mistake in my opinion. It's like gambling move. Now it was not gamble because you show him you have less skirms. You show him you don't have armor on the skirms. Again, very important. Yeah, you get it now. With armor, they're really good against archer. Without armor, archers are actually better than skirms. So you show him everything and then he was like, okay, I have more units. I have stronger army. Let's go and kill him. A score is quite close for some reason, but it feels like he already won the game.
Yeah.
I guess his macro behind is not the best. Yeah, I forgot to change the tab, sorry. And same thing happened now. Now he sees you got more army, he is running away. He would never ever be able to run away if you didn't lose your scouts. 6-8 scouts, those are all dead. And then in Castle Age you just win. That's why the Drash Fast Castle, or basically you don't move out until you get crossbow, is the popular way of playing. With crossbow, you can always retreat. With archers, if you're stuck, you're kinda dead. It's a huge gamble. The vision is again Quite poor from him. Now it's poor from you too as well, because you're missing the scouts.
Farm on.
I know the scouts are army, but scout, in the name, it says it's a scout. And that's their biggest purpose. They're fast, they have a big line of sight. They see the map, and then you can react. If he has more army, you commit. If he has less army, you hide, wall, do counter-attack. You have your decisions.
Farm on.
That's the main purpose of scouts.
آماده.
And this is the point why I hate scrums. Now you're stuck with the unit, and your units are only efficient if you're gonna fight against his crossbow. If he's hiding, making Magonal home, doing counterattacks, you will have to chase him all the time. You can never really go for the base trade. And that's why the way I would like to play is without range, Knights and Siege Workshop to pressure the gold. Then if he decides to go with the crossbow to you, he's always in the risk to be cleaned up by Knights, and he will have some Magonal pressure in his base. While you're obviously bombing at home. Still, Viking economy should be a lot better than Persian. If all both play perfect, Viking should technically win. But at lower level, even at top level, it's not that huge. I would say it's 50-50. And the top level maybe 55 for Vikings, 45 for Persians to win that game. So it's not entirely civil loss. Okay, I hate this DC. You know he got the crossbow. You need to secure your map from crossbow to enter. This DC protects nothing. If you make DC here, he cannot enter that to attack your gold. Another one here, he cannot enter your base to attack your farm economy behind. So with two good DCs, you protect your whole economy. And the only way he can enter is a long turn aside, which again risks to being trapped and lose everything. So you need to be careful where you place your DCs. Here and here is perfect. This is not good because you're still vulnerable. You can still break wall and get in your economy. But he's playing very passive. Not even sure what happened to his crossbow. Yeah, he's just abusing the fact that he's Viking. And that he can get that Imperial Age super fast. Again, if you pressure him, fast imp is losing the value. When you want to go fast imp, you don't want to lose a single unit. And he's doing that really good. Because you will not have economy to replace them, but when you tag them high, in imp you will not lose a single one. So your time winning window is in Castle Age, which is quite big, right? Win some time until you attack him. Like, same when you go fast castle, it's same when you go fast imp. A little bit disturbance in his economy and he's in complete mess. Like Magnus here, forcing idle, killing some villagers. And then when he's dealing with that, send some knights behind. Okay, now he's fully walled, but technically some knights here. Just create so much chaos for him. He will have the units to kill you, but you will never want to engage in straight up action. You want to use your mobility. So you choose when to fight. Yeah, your army is complete counter to his army, but you cannot accomplish anything because you don't have siege. And obviously he will not go out and just lose it. And now to point out again the white skirms are a bad idea. Elite skirm is a super expensive upgrade. For elite skirm you could have Siege Workshop and Mangonel out. What we rather have right now? Those 10 elite skirms or Mangonel hitting his TC and putting the pressure, or just attacking the barrack with skirms. You do the math. And also it's easier than to control having only like few Mangonels here and there and knights to pick up if he wants to move out or not. Yeah, knight should be your main army here for sure. But again, I have to repeat, don't take everything I say for granted. It's always like 5% depends. Something skirms can be very useful, but from beginning I could see that skirms would not be a part of this game. Because Vikings will always play safe. You will never take engagement against your elite skirms until Imperial Age. And then your skirms don't scale at all. You don't have Bracer. And then you're dead. While if you have knights, they can overrun the crossbow. At this stage, you don't want to imp same time as him. That's not even possible. This stage, you want to have an amazing economy. That's like 4, maybe even 5 TC boom. With Persians 4 is enough. And what else you want is a castle to defend your economy. So basically, castle here, castle there. So wherever he moves with the crossbow, he sees the castle, he loses your crossbow, he go back. Imagine if he had TC here, he would not be able to enter your economy. Yeah, mistake. So basically, the point is he needs to run into your castles and waste his attack potential. He's on a timing here. He invests his economy into fast imp, and if he cannot do anything with that, you win the game. Army against army, you will most likely lose. Maybe not this time because he is not having a lot. But even then, even if he loses this fight, it will be efficient for him. Because those guys are beasts now. So the better way of playing is secure economy with castles at this point. And use knights to pick up reinforcements. Your siege workshop complete waste at this point. You had 3 rams, that's a lot of resources. That's like 8-9 farmers that you could have and a lot better economy. Or a castle. And okay, this is exactly what I was talking earlier. Arbalest and crossbow are a tricky unit to use. When you commit, either you kill or you lose them. You cannot retreat. You just cannot retreat, and he didn't have... He doesn't have scouting info, it's always gamble with them. Now he got caught and we'll probably clean it up. Yeah. For some reason he's not having enough, and I see the reason. He's only 1 range. He's not playing the best game ever, obviously. With fast imp, he can easily have 4 ranges right now and double the amount of the crossbow, and then you're dead here. Obviously a bit lower of the gameplay here, but still, learn from mistakes. That, like, now you win because he is a bit weaker player than you, but normally you lose the game here. What YOLO is this? 1.7, I think. And also, like I said, when you clean that initial push, that's fast imp, it's a huge investment for him. Now the shoe is on the other end, and now you have the lead. Now your economy should be better, it is. And you have more mobile unit to control the map. You're not doing the most amazing job of controlling the map. You're just sitting in front. No vision at all. At this point I like to have outposts everywhere to know when he expand. Like outpost here, you see if he's in gold, you send there. Because at 30 minutes, after 30 minutes, initial walls are not enough anymore. You need to expand for more economy, like he's doing. You need to use this woodline. Vulnerable woodlines. And that's again where the knights will shine. And the reason the fast imp is so powerful is it comes before 30 minutes, and you can have your nice little fortress, which you can defend with crossbow, and he cannot hit you so easily. But at this point, you got a lot of vulnerable spots where you can actually raid. But you're not doing that. You always want to fight his army directly. I saw that earlier in the feudal age when you sent 5 scans and you saw his archers. You always want to have something accomplished with your army. Fighting army directly to the enemy army is only when you have a huge lead and you can end the game. You don't know that yet. An idle army is like idle economy. You should know that he wants to expand for the extra gold spots that are vulnerable. With this amount of arbalest upgrades in Imperial Age, the main goal is obviously drain out, so simple is to move there. This here would prevent him so much damage. Okay, he went to go back. Yeah, the lower yellow, let's say this yellow. Fighting straight army against army. I know it's the most fun, the most simple way to do it, but not the right way to do it. It worked out for you. Good job. I still cannot stress how much more important it is for you to use mobility. You protect your economy with castles. It should be your castle, and you use your knight's light cap to raid him all over the place where he's not protected. And then when you're raiding him, he will need to leave like 5 spearmen there, 10 here. It's a lot of population wasted, and then he doesn't have the tools to push. And then when you're done with your raids, he's left with the protective units and population there. Then you go for the kill in the middle. You have mobile units, but you're not using it. You're using it like, well, like crossbow. You're just massing, grouping up. You're macroing really well. The resources are low, but decision making is not on point. I mean, imagine if those 5 knights here, 5 here, and 5 in economy. Then he wouldn't be able to push here. He would need to send them back. He would need to control that. It would be so annoying, and just few clicks that you need to do right now. This is your first castle, very late. Castles are the best strategical point of the game. Tactical, whatever you wanna call it. They control the map really, really well. Like DPS from them is maybe the best in the game. And it's impossible to kill them without a really big speed push. So you want to use them to defend your economy while raiding. Gang cannoneers. Yeah, I hate that unit. I really do. And when you got double gold unit production, you need to win in the next push, because you will not have gold to replenish this. But yeah, it's off spot. Maybe with Prussians, the crossbow with unique tech would be the answer here with paladins. Yeah, that should be the combo. Crossbow that only costs wood to deal with pikemen, and paladins to raid and overwhelm him if he have enough. You got more villages, but he got more army, which is quite scary here. Also a good tool to buy time. Bomber cannons. You snipe the trap, you go back. You just buy time while repairing the castle, while you're doing something else with your army, like raiding. So the upgrades for him quite low, so you might win this fight. Just because he got really low upgrades there. But you're missing Paladin. With Paladins, you absolutely clean this. Paladins, you absolutely destroy that. No, even now it's okay-ish, yeah. So instead of this food and wood used on the food and gold used on the hand cannoneers, it should be paladins, and wood you use for the crossbow. Because Persians crossbow only costs food. That would be the, like, ultimate combo for you here. And would be a cleanup. Like I said, you're trading efficiently, but when you're making only gold units, efficiently is not enough. You need to dominate. Because you will run out of gold and then you're dead, and you cannot hold anymore. Well, his army is a lot of trash units, some arbalets, but not enough. Only trash units will destroy you. Yeah, he's expanding really nicely. He's making outposts. Yeah, you're as well, but it's 46 minutes. All those moves need to come faster. His gold was vulnerable for so freaking long. Not to mention the extra gold that you're just taking now. This one is cute as well. This is not how Age of Empires should be played if you want to be on the top level. You don't just spam in the middle and watch pretty units fight. You want to use map control. Yeah, it's over now. I mean, the fight will last until you run out of gold. It's still winnable if you start trading, but doesn't feel like you will do that. And the trash crossbow is something you're absolutely missing here. Again, it happened like exactly like I said. Once you run out of gold, forced to switch to the caster, he break you in and that's it. The gold units are not enough to just trade efficiently, you need to destroy him, you need to push him back. And honestly, at this point of the game, I prefer Persians because of the caster upgrade. With Vikings, I don't like to stick with Arbalest for too long because they are not so efficient anymore. I would like to switch to the Berserker, which is a power unit, good against everything. But he already spent all his gold. Postcard, appreciate that, Holier Man. And Arbat, appreciate the 9 months. Thank you guys. Yes, Kerms with Persians is a big no here. The crossbow that costs only wood is a lot better, especially because you will use food for the castle spam. And crossbow are better at killing pipes. He's slowly expanding, like even what he's doing is really good here, but too late. All those things need to come faster. It took him 50 minutes to expand all over the map, and that should be done in like 35. Oh, he is switching to Berserkers. I like that by him. That's a power unit that's good against everything. You don't need to babysit. And with unique tech, it's really powerful against Caster and Paladin. And the raiding, finally. But not by you, but with him. Yeah, GG. Well, did not read a lot of chat during this. So, was that helpful, Fox? Hopefully I was not too harassed there. Just trying to spit the facts. Like, there were several really big mistakes. Like, the TC one is the biggest one in my opinion. Again, he didn't capitalize on that mistake. He could have if he had more arbalest, but he went only one range. And later on, he didn't push that angle. That was your weakest point of your economy. The entrance to your farm economy is right here, and you're not protecting it. While one TC is giving you full safety.
I can see why people pay you 500 euros for your wisdom. Extremely worth it, PogChamp.
I think it needs to be more. I appreciate that, man. Okay. That would be it. I think in the end you probably even have better economy. Yeah. So you have a better economy, you should never ever lose this game. The kill death ratio is again equal. If you look at the stats, you're winning this game. But you're trading your gold unit for his cheap pikeman most of the time. And then economy doesn't even matter a lot. And also, you never ever whole game kills a single villager. And you have a cavalry too. That's again a big no-no. And okay, we're done here.